Hello there, Capricorn. This is your reading for February. So we've got a little cat here that's decided to go to sleep on the table, but we're going to carry on anyway. So usually when she kind of tries to get involved like this, it's because you need some sort of comfort and you need some sort of consideration, that kind of thing. And I feel like with you there is some clarity that needs to be had. We've got here at this point, it looks a little bit like quartz, but it's actually rose quartz. You can't really tell very easily in this light, but you need that clarity to understand how to bring some more sweetness into your life through self-care and through self-love. And we're seeing that here with the two sweet charms that came out. It's almost like a yin and yang. You've got pink and you've got the golden one. So I feel like it's very much not just embracing the childlike side to yourself, but also embracing the kind of rougey the kind of upmarket kind of side of yourself, the kind of pampered, high pampering side of yourself as well. So you need some like self-love there, but it's not just as simple as like fun and enjoyment, although there is that there as well, but also a certain level of pampering and self-indulgence. And I do feel like you have been missing that out. It's almost like it's been forgotten from your life, and you really need some more of that abundance coming in. We've got the A here. I feel like you've been kind of having to be quite strong, and because of that you've kind of missed out, Capricorn, on that kind of abundance into your life. So this is really kind of bringing in that for you. So we're going to go through each of the 4 decks, but I just want to move these out of the way a second. I don't know if she's trying to use one of them as a pillow. She has got a little house for it to go in, but she chooses where she goes. So we've got air. Yeah, so air and the daughter of air. So very much you're having to kind of go with the flow, be a little bit freer, allow yourself to kind of travel on the wind. And I do feel like this is almost like giving you a breath of fresh air as well, this freedom, this kind of space as well. And we can see here from both of them, there's almost this element of space, element of freedom, element of being out into the air. And there is some hope here attached to that as well, this growing hope that is attached to you. With the reverse of the King of Cups here, you're not really feeling like people are bringing you much to offer, and some of you not really feeling like you bring much to offer. And it's because you've been quite devalued, and people have devalued things around you that you do care about. It's a bit like somebody coming up to you and you saying, oh, here's a lovely cake that my friend made me. And somebody going, oh, why did they make you it? They should have brought you something instead, or something like that, you know. And sometimes when people devalue things that we cherish, whether it's about ourselves or whether it's from others, it's because of that kind of jealousy, that bitterness, that bitter undertone there. And I do feel like you've been dealing with people like that. So you, as you're kind of stepping into this fun, more this enjoyment, you're kind of learning how to kind of embrace that fun, how to embrace that enlightenment again. And with the Ace of Pentacles here, you are on the right track. I feel like many of you have already realised, you know, maybe I should just enjoy what I like to enjoy, regardless of other people's thoughts or feelings on the matter. So you are stepping into that light, and you're stepping in the right direction here. It's just embracing a little bit more of that enjoyment so you can really fully take advantage of it. There is an element here with the Nine of Pentacles of sort of putting in place of where you want to go in the future with your career and finances. I don't feel like this is actually a major step forward. I was going to say step forward, but we're always stepping forward a little bit, but it's not a major change. This is almost like going, what do I want my days to look like? What do I want my life to look like? Because that fun and adventure has kind of been dragged out of your workplace situations at the moment. So it's almost like regrounding you and going, what do I find fun? What do I find enjoyment out of my career and finances? And it's almost like you aren't taking action right now because you're not really sure if it's worth, you know, if the juice is worth the squeeze, the juice is worth the squeeze. You're not really sure if it's worth it. You kind of have an idea of thinking, oh, maybe I'll enjoy it, maybe I won't, I'm not sure. But you're kind of pulling back on that, you're kind of held back on that. Peacock spirit, let it shine. So you're really having to let your own light shine, what you enjoy shine. You've got two stuck together here. Panther spirit, reclaim your power. And parrot spirit, watch your words. So you're having to reclaim your power. With the whole watch your words thing, it's less about upsetting people. I know a lot of time when we say watch your words, we talk about how that we need certain words to actually be careful of, like, upsetting somebody or anything like that. But this is almost like words of affirmations, words that you're saying to yourself, words that you're setting yourself. The words of affirmations, you're having to learn how to speak those and how to speak them into power. I want you to take the top one. Owl spirit, you see clearly now. So you are starting to see clearly again, but with a wolf spirit, the difficulty for the rest of the month, towards the end of the month, as you start to see a bit more clearly of your words have power and what they mean and where you need to go from here, the issue is going to be really, like, towards the end of the month, how do I put those ideas, those thoughts, those words into action? How do I shift that in? And I do feel like that's going to be a bit of a difficulty for you moving forward. How do I actually create this? How do I move forward from here? Dragonfly spirit, the truth transcends all illusion. So don't worry about that too much yet, about how do I actually make it possible. Just work on that game plan, what I want things to look like, where I want to go from here, and really kind of focusing on your words to be in a more positive mindset, because that's really going to help you to push forward and take that plunge in the upcoming months. Now is not necessarily the time to really put pressure on yourself to take action. By all means, take action if you feel like you can, but don't feel pressured to. This is much more about working out the boundaries, clearing things out, so you can really take a loving running leap in the future. Let's have a little more look. You are leaving a lot of people behind though, both romantically and friendship wise, and this is so you can go on a new pathway. I was watching this guy who's actually like one of the top traders in England at one point, and you know, he was really good, but he came from a very poor background, and he was talking about that when you go through, he's talking basically because he grew up in a very, very underprivileged environment. He came from a very, very poor background, and he said when you kind of go through that transformation, you kind of lose everybody that you knew. Everybody that you knew and grew up with, your life kind of changes so much, you're just nothing like them anymore. And that can be very hard to stomach. You're going through these transformations, you're going through these changes, and because you're going through them, you're having to leave certain people behind because they're not quite ready yet for themselves to go through those transformations. So don't be angry at them, don't be upset. Sometimes it can cause arguments where the other person will be like, you know, oh, you know, like, this person's being mean to me, this person's being horrible to me because they're not wanting to hang out with me anymore. But we do shift and we do change. It's like nobody's usually got a friend that they've had since they were a baby. You know, the person we had like friends with in play school or reception, as we call it in the UK, people don't usually hang on to those friends because people's likes changes. Yes, you might like playing Barbie dolls with them when you were like, you know, 5, but now that Stacey is interested in, like, you know, shopaholic, and you're interested in, like, you know, early literature, you know, from the 12th century, you know, you're not really gonna have as much, you know, involved in each other, and that's perfectly fine. People grow in different directions for different reasons, so don't feel like you have to kind of hold on to these people. Just know that they're going to go out and, you know, send them with love, send them off with love towards where they need to go to, and how they need to shift to, because that's really going to help you to kind of progress forward and transform things. So take that as a beautiful message, because you will be getting offers, other friendships and other relationships and connections coming in. I do feel like it's going to be more like next few months, some of you before the end of the month, but many of you next few months, once you kind of settle into this new mindset, once you settle into this new progression with your life. Alright, if you've enjoyed this, please make sure to like and give me a comment down below.